Greetings, Rick Olson here. Wanted to cover a couple of things because we've been getting a lot of emails and phone calls from prospective new members about not getting a username and password, or when do they got to pay their dues, etc., etc. Folks, we covered this in the emails that we sent you. Okay, we covered these issues. Let me go through it and break it down one by one. You will receive your username and your password on one of 3 days: February 1st, February 2nd, or February 3rd. So that's when you'll receive your username and your password. That is the operative item that allows you to pay dues and sign up for orientation. Without those, you can't do either. What it does is it gives you access to our site as a member when we assign that to you. So that's the first thing you want to get right off the table. You will not receive the username and the password until February 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Please don't send us emails on the 2nd and 3rd and say, hey, where's my username and password? You will receive it on one of those 3 days: February 1st, February 2nd, or February 3rd. So we've got the username and password out of the way. Great. Now, once you have your username and password, you must fill out your profile. What does the profile have? It has your name, it has your address, it asks for a telephone number, and it asks for your NRA number. Now, this is really important. You have to have your NRA number when you fill out the profile. Don't write the word applied, because we'll shut your profile down. Okay, the time to get it, I think the drop dead date, if you want to get an NRA membership, is probably going to be about January 10th. After January 10th, you're cutting it close, because it takes the NRA 2 to 3 weeks to process by snail mail. There is an 800 number you can call and get your NRA number, but the profile is really important. You've got to populate it. You've got to put your vehicle information. If you don't have a car, or say like you're an auto dealer, just put your dealer plate down and who you work for in there, and that's fine. Okay, so the profile is hugely important. If you leave any portion of it blank, we might send you an email and let you know you need to fix it. If you don't fix it, we shut your profile down and see you later, because we have way too many new members coming in to spend so much time on one or two members that can't follow directions. So I hate to sound harsh, but this is a busy time for us, and we really need to do it this way, and we need your help and your cooperation to communicate us that you really buy into membership, that you're anxious to be a member, and that we can count on you and we can trust you as a member of our club. Dues payment. I want to talk about dues payment a little bit. Once you've populated your profile, the next step is you pay your dues. Our website has a pay site, and you can go in, you can use a major credit card, or if you don't like doing transactions online, you can mail a check to us at LFGC, P.O. Box 229, Londonderry, New Hampshire. But understand this, if you mail a check, it's got to be postmarked no later than February 15th. February 15th. It has to be postmarked no later than February 15th. If we receive it on the 16th or the 17th, it's going to get sent back to you. It's that simple. We have to do it this way because we need time to do what we need to do to help you become a member. Don't make this difficult. I want to talk about orientation. There are a grand total of 13 orientation sessions that will begin. The very first one is February 24th, February the 24th, it's a Monday, 6:30 p.m. at Londonderry Fishing Game Club. Shortly before the orientation sessions start, about 5 to 7 days, you will receive an email. In that email will be links, and you can click on any one of those links to sign up for any of the orientation sessions. Moreover, the links will be in our website under Schedule of Events. You can click on, it'll say Orientation 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 13. You can click on any one of those, it'll open it up, it'll give you the dates, the times. Don't go looking for it now, it's not even there. We haven't loaded it up yet. The only date we have right now is February 24th because that's our jumping off point. Okay? But they will be there. We utilize Eventbrite to do that. And the reason we use Eventbrite is because we limit the number of bodies we have at each session. And then it's really important for you to know that we are done as of March 25th, 2020. We are all done. Our 13th and final session will be on or a few days before that date, March 25th. Now there are 13 sessions to choose from. You only have to attend one. If you don't attend any, we refund your money and you're not a member. There's no way around this. We're not doing private sessions. We're not doing sessions after the fact. We're just not doing it. Okay, this is our membership cycle. It lasts 51 days. That's how we do it. And if you want to be a member and you're committed to being a member to a really great club, this is what you have to get through. When you come to orientation, be on time. Don't be late. If you're late, we won't let you in. And that means you're going to have to pay another $10. You're going to have to reschedule to another session. Don't show up expecting to be let in if you didn't sign up. Anybody that's not signed up, you're not getting in. It's just that simple. We had a couple last year. They raised holy hell and swore and yelled because they claimed our stuff was broke. Well, our stuff isn't broken. Those links work just fine. This is not our problem. We put these out there. All the other incoming members seem to figure it out and get it done. There's always that one or two that try and give us a line about the links being broken or what have you. If that's really the case, then you really ought to get on the phone and give us a call at that point in time and say, hey, I'm trying to sign up and the links are broken. But we don't get those phone calls. They just show up expecting, oh yeah, these guys are just going to let us in. It doesn't work that way. What we're looking at is how well you follow directions. Whether we can trust you on our ranges unsupervised. That's what we're really concerned about. Because we're not out there being range Nazis, looking over your shoulder, asking you what kind of guns you shoot, studying your stuff. We're not doing any of that. So we have to build that level of trust. And the way we build that level of trust is to ensure that you follow our process to the letter. And if you don't, you can't be a member. It's not a difficult process. Some people try to make it about themselves, about what's good for them. They're not going to be put out on any level for us. Well, that's fine. You find another club because this is our process. Either you accept it or you don't. It doesn't matter to us. For every one member coming through the door that it blows it off, there's 5 more members that appreciate that membership slot. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't mean to sound patrician. I don't mean to sound pedantic. But this is really important stuff. And I guess I'm kind of troubled by the number of emails and phone calls that we're getting. And it really comes down to reading the emails that are sent to you by the membership committee. There's going to be more emails that follow. So don't send us, hey, when's the next email? They'll come. They will come. But we are very careful and strategic about how we send them out. Because number one, we're not about email bombing people. You don't get an email from us every day, every week. You only get an email from us when it's really important that we communicate with you. That way we're not driving you crazy. The second thing is that email that you get is going to contain important information. If it's not at all clear, the time then is to send us an email and ask. But we work really hard to try and make the information as clear as possible. If something isn't covered in it in that particular email, it's probably something that's going to be covered in a subsequent email. So I hope you find all of this helpful. And lastly, when you come to orientation, we have to determine whether you're not a prohibited person. And the way we do that is we provide a list of 10 different things. You can bring one of those 10 things. The most popular item brought to the club is the New Hampshire Pistol Revolver License. That communicates with us that you are not a prohibited person, you're not a felon, and that you are okay to be around guns. and we're not breaking any laws, you're not breaking any laws. So that's super important. If you show up without your proof that we ask for, you're not getting in orientation, plain and simple. If you show up and you don't show us a piece of ID that proves who you are, not getting in. It's that simple. And the orientation session is the linchpin that vests your membership. When you complete orientation sessions, you get your card and you get your key. And that's it. You don't have to do anything else except renew. We don't bother you for the rest of the year. That's what's really important here. So again, let me just recap what we've covered. You won't get the profiles till February 1st, February 2nd, or February 3rd. Once you get the profile on February 1st, February 2nd, or February 3rd, you will have till February 17th. February 17th to complete your profile, pay your dues, and sign up for orientation. Reminder, don't sign up for orientation and not pay your dues, not fill out your profile. If you do that, we will cancel your session and you'll be forced to take another session once you've resolved those issues. Finally, when you come to orientation, bring a form of ID with you and bring your proof that you're not a prohibited person. And again, I'm not going to go through the list right now because that's coming in a subsequent email. We're going to give you a list of about 11 things that you can bring with you that proves to us that you're not a prohibited person. And do we want copies of it? No, we do not. Just bring the item. You can bring the original. We're not taking it from you. We're not going to take a picture of it. We just want to look at it. That's all we want to do. We want to look at it and see that you have it. Pistol revolver license, we look at it, make sure your name matches you who you say you are, and that's it. It's really that simple. We don't put you through an anal probe to become a member. We just have these things we need to do strictly for our risk management purposes. Okay? Membership runs from January to December of every year. Our renewal period right now as it stands is September 15th to December 31st. That's a long, generous period of time to renew your membership. From January 1st to January 31st, right now, members can renew, but we tack on a $100 late fee. Not because we're trying to get money out of them, but just for the simple fact that we need to make the fee painful enough to encourage people to renew on time. That's the bottom line. Finally, you'll be getting subsequent emails down the road here, and you'll have all the information that you need in order to be a helpful, productive Londonderry Fishing Game Club member. So with that said, I'm going to close. Thank you very much for your time and attention.